Thank you guys for joining us in sports as always. I'm Brandon Gardner. Well, as we saw on the 6 o'clock show, Legion Baseball is in full swing. And tonight we had action happening out in the wonderful city of Bismarck, as well as action from right here in Minot. And that's where we will start things out at first, as the Minot Metros welcomed in the Burlington Bulldogs. First inning, game is still scoreless. And it'll be Drew Rodacker laying down a perfect bunt right here. And he'll jet down the first base line, beating out the throw at first for the single. But that inning would stall as Brody Johnson, he gets out of the jam with this K. And here comes the Metros as this pitch gets away from the Bulldogs catcher. And that'll bring in Owen Stundahl and Remington Anderson to give the Metros a 2-0 lead. Metros not finished. This time, it'll be TJ Jelmstad lining one beautifully past the shortstop. And that'll bring in Landon McGee, putting the Metros up 3-0. And that three-point cushion was enough as the Metros take this one, 8-6. Let's jump up to the Class AA level, where the Bismarck Govs host the Minot Vistas. Bottom of the second, Bismarck up 2. Isaac Lewis, he stays back on the curveball, and he sends it up the middle for a 2-run single. Into the top of the third, Trey Stewart pulls the liner into the right field corner. And the Vistas have runners on second and third. Very next batter, and it'll be KB, Kellen Burke. He grounds out to the shortstop, but Tegan Schindler, he scores, and Minot will cut that lead down to 3. But the Govs answer right back as Aiden Rakowski skies one to the second baseman. But Tanner Groves close shows off some nice wheels, and he'll score on the infield sac fly. And the Govs take it 6-5. Across the river out in Mandan, it's the A's hosting the Williston Oilers. Scoreless game in the bottom of the first. Mandan with runners on the corners. Zach Wheeler, he's still second. And Aiden Figler, he'll swipe home into the second of the fourth. And the Coyotes continue to come up empty against Mike and Brohos, who picks up another strikeout to end the inning. Home half of the fourth. And the A's, they get the bats to going as Donovan Burdine blasts one into the left gap. And he'll get a double, and that'll play 2. Mandan looking to stay hot at the plate as Weiler, he sends a deep fly ball into left. But Isaac Tesoro, he tracks it down for the out. And it's the A's sweeping the doubleheader with wins of 12-5 and 3-0. And we'll wrap things up back in the Magic City for game number 2 between the Minot Metros and the Burlington Bulldogs. First inning in a scoreless game. And it'll be Gavin King sending a bomb into left center field. And is almost out of there as it hits off the wall. And that'll bring in Logan Dixon and TJ Jelmstad, putting Minot up 2-0. But here comes Burlington as Nate Rowe, he sends one back towards the pitcher. But the overthrow at second will allow Cale Rodacker to come in and score, giving the Bulldogs their first points of the game. More Bulldogs. This time, it'll be Owen Hanson flying out into center. But that will allow Nate Rowe to tag up at third, making this a 3-2 ball game. Back with the Metros. And it'll be Minot North's Levi Ballas sending a shot into right field. And that ball will drop in fair. And Ballas, he shows off the nice wheels, getting into third for a triple. But it'll be the Bulldogs climbing back in this one, 7-4. And let's take a look at some Northwoods League baseball scores. As the Badland Big Sticks, they pick up a win over Wilmore by a score of 10-5, while the Minot High Tops, they're still looking to get back hot as they drop a close one to Duluth, 5-4. And out in lacrosse, it'll be the Bismarck Lost dropping a heartbreaker in extra innings by a final of 8-7.